And then June 14th, next year, we're going to have a big UFC fight at the White House, right at the White House, on the grounds of the White House.
Of all time in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, they've just signed a breathtaking deal with Paramount, where we go to cable TV. $7.7 billion that deal was approved for, and ready to rock, baby. Bring in the big dog, the Mac G.
We're still talking about the production and how everything's going to work at the White House. We have not started negotiating any fights for the White House yet. That won't even start till February.
Dana said they're not going to start matchmaking till next year, but like, where's your head at in terms of your return to action?
You know, I think obviously that's a fight that I want. I want the White House. You know, first and foremost, I want the White House. Ideally, if it becomes Conor, that would be awesome. You know, obviously we have some animosity or some unfinished business. Once again, I just said there's not really animosity.
No, there will be a period of isolation for sure, where the phone will not be answered, and you know, all my people involved with me understand that it is coming. And as I said, it's a 6-month operation. I'm under no illusion of what lies ahead of me in my preparation efforts. So
Conor McGregor says his comeback deal isn't just talk. It's already locked in. The former double champ boldly claimed he's officially signed to fight at a UFC event that will take place inside the White House itself. Yes, you heard that right. The White House.
Or how about me and Conor at the White House? You need to fight an American who can win.
Your next fight, if you get through this, has got to be for a world title. You should be climbing for a world title here in this organization. Not trying to piggyback around and do this bullshit. No one cares.
World title.
No one cares about this other bullshit.
Who cares about that bum that I knocked out twice? Obviously nobody.
Listen,
he's nobody.
He's the middleweight world champion, and you're the fucking you're just we made you.
I'll beat him again. I've already said
who made you can break you. Who made you can break you. Who built you can kill you. You're fighting for the world title if you get through this. That's how straight. Otherwise, you're fucking nothing. And if you don't perform,
we'll
you're
see
gone.
How that goes.
If you don't perform, you can go and do all these Mickey Mouse fights that no one gives a fuck.
During his interview with Sean Hannity, McGregor confidently declared that his deal is 100% done. He insisted there's no negotiation left. All papers are signed and sealed. He proudly said he'll fight at the historic UFC White House event, celebrating America's 250th birthday in style.
It can ignite a support for the people of Ireland.
Is this a done deal?
Because we need.
Are you definitely? Is this a done deal? You're in.
Done deal, signed, delivered. It ain't a negotiation.
Wow.
It's a done deal, signed, delivered.
McGregor also said he's in constant contact with Dana White and reminded everyone how much money they've made together. He bragged that he's still the UFC's biggest earner and promised that his comeback will be bigger and louder than ever before.
You know, I'm not negotiating with the UFC on behalf of myself for this fight, like usual. I'm negotiating with the United States of America on behalf of Ireland for this fight. So it's a peculiar one. But Trump and the administration have been fully supportive and backing, and I cannot wait to put on a show.
Then came the bombshell. McGregor revealed that UFC just inked a monster $7.7 billion deal with Paramount to bring the fights back to cable TV. Conor called it a power move and hinted it's time to unleash the big dog again, clearly meaning himself.
McGregor will compete in the White House for UFC's for the America's 250th birthday.
Did you talk to Dana about it? Dana's got to sign off, I would imagine, no?
Me and Dana are in constant communications. We've done incredible business together. I'm the highest generating fighter of all time in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Dana explained that discussions about the White House event's logistics are still ongoing, but made it crystal clear, fighter negotiations will only start in February. He admitted McGregor is hyped about the idea, but said nothing official is in motion yet.
We just signed a breathtaking deal with Paramount, where we go to cable TV. $7.7 billion that deal was approved for, and ready to rock, baby. Bring in the big dog, the Mac G.
But the Irishman didn't stop there. He claimed he was offered a jaw-dropping $100 million and 100 U.S. golden visas to headline the White House event. McGregor hyped it as a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle that would shake the world of combat sports. Yet just when fans started losing their minds, Dana White fired back, denying every word. The UFC boss shut it all down, saying McGregor's signed deal story was pure fiction. White told reporters that no contracts have been signed, not even with McGregor.
We're still talking about the production and how everything's going to work at the White House. We have not started negotiating any fights for the White House yet. That won't even start till February. I've made it clear Conor wants to fight on that card, and you can clearly see Conor is very fired up to fight on that card, but nothing is done yet. And no fights are being negotiated with the White House.
That statement instantly caused chaos. McGregor claimed the deal was done, while Dana said there's no deal at all. Fans erupted online, arguing over who's lying. Is Conor running his mouth too early, or is Dana hiding something big until it's ready?
Conor McGregor at the White House.
It's over, bro.
It's over for him?
It's over, dog.
He made too much money, huh?
He made way too much. He went from plummet to making, he sold that liquor for what, 500 million?
Yeah.
It's too much.
Right. He got 100 million for fighting Floyd.
Then he was doing pay-per-views like nothing. Him and Khabib did 2.5 million pay-per-views. He made too much.
But Chandler isn't the only name in the mix. Former champion Tony Ferguson is also being mentioned by analysts like Chael Sonnen as a potential rival for McGregor. Ferguson's wild fighting style and redemption story could make this a high-stakes thriller.
With Dana White and UFC, there'll be a fight at the White House. They're making up the cards now. Does Conor McGregor want to be a part of that?
I'm on it.
You're on it?
I'm on it. Well,
who are you fighting?
I am. This is me. Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler and myself have done the show, The Ultimate Fighter. We've had a good back and forth. He's a good, tough guy. And, you know, the Mac is excited to get back for sure.
McGregor didn't bite his tongue either. Minutes after Dana's comments, he jumped on social media with a fiery post saying, "I'm motivated beyond belief, now disciplined." The message showed that despite the public clash, McGregor's mindset is locked in. Fans still believe he'll headline the White House event, and talk about his next opponent is heating up again. Michael Chandler remains the top contender, with their long-delayed fight finally seeming close to reality.
Dana said they're not going to start matchmaking till next year, but like, where's your head at in terms of your return to action?
You know, I think obviously that's a fight that I want. I want the White House. You know, first and foremost, I want the White House. Ideally, if it becomes Conor, that would be awesome. You know, obviously we have some animosity or some unfinished business. Once again, I just said there's not really animosity. I got respect for him. He's got respect for me, but we do have an unfinished business. And he has, expressed interest. You know, when he put out that meme of me and him, I guess you could call it a meme. It was AI. You know, it was me and him. You know, he's called me out on Twitter and said we have unfinished business, and we do. We have unfinished business. We would be the only fighters not to fight after the Ultimate Fighter who were in the same weight class.
Even heavyweight legend John Jones has teased interest in fighting on the White House card. Reports say Jones has re-entered the USADA pool, hinting at a possible comeback. But Dana White isn't convinced, saying Jones can't always be trusted, even though fans would love to see him return.
We're openly saying if we're going to put Conor on there that there's no title unless you believe that Conor McGregor is going to demote himself. Your biggest star, regardless of belt, should be the main event. But in this case, if our biggest draw and our biggest star is not a champion or a contender, our biggest show will not contain a title, which makes it a little difficult down the road to go, this show's bigger than big. In fact, we got 2 titles up and nothing more important than a title fight. Not to mention, to book a card this far in advance is weird. If John Jones wanted to make nice with the company, there's a number of things that John can do. Nothing would trump John getting there and fighting. I want on the White House card, so I'm willing to fight in Vancouver in February. I'll work my way up. I'll prove that I'm the #1